Welcome back to the channel where we remember the stars who once lit up our screens and became part of our lives. Today, we look back at one of television's most beloved and iconic British sitcoms, Allo Allo, a show that made millions laugh with its clever characters and unforgettable moments. But as the years have passed, many of the actors who brought this brilliant world to life have sadly left us. Some were central to the comedy, others made short but memorable appearances, but all of them helped shape a show that people still cherish to this day. In this tribute, we honor the real people behind the laughter, the actors from Allo Allo, who are no longer with us. We remember not just how they died, but how they lived, what they gave, and why their memory still matters. Carmen Silvera died on August 3, 2002, at the age of 80 after quietly battling lung cancer without making her illness widely known. Her passing marked the end of a remarkable life and career that touched millions, especially through her unforgettable role as Edith Artois in the classic BBC sitcom Allo Allo. As Madame Edith, the overly dramatic wife of cafe owner René, Carmen brought a unique mix of stubborn pride, clueless affection, and unintentionally hilarious off-key singing that became a core part of the show's charm. Her performances were more than just comic relief, they gave the show a beating heart. She made Edith feel real, a woman who couldn't sing to save her life, but still poured her heart into every note because she believed she could. Carmen's real life was equally full of struggle, talent, and quiet strength. Born in Toronto, Canada in 1922, she moved with her family to Coventry, England as a child. During World War II, she narrowly escaped tragedy when she was removed from the passenger list of the SS Athenia just before it was sunk by a German U-boat, a twist of fate that spared her life. She trained in ballet in her youth, but her heart led her to acting. She studied at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, and later joined repertory theatre companies before breaking into television. Over the decades, she appeared in a wide range of British TV programs including Z-Cars, Compact, and Doctor Who, often playing strong, layered women. But Allo Allo became the role that defined her career, running for 10 years from 1982 to 1992. Carmen never remarried after an early divorce and the heartbreak of a miscarriage, choosing instead to live a life devoted to her craft. She remained a beloved figure among her colleagues, known for her warmth, eccentric humor, and quiet dignity. In her final years, she lived at Denville Hall, a retirement home for actors in Northwood, where she celebrated her 80th birthday just weeks before her death. She chose not to undergo aggressive treatment, instead facing her illness with peace and grace. Her co-stars and friends described her as a vibrant soul who never lost her spark, even in her last days. Carmen Silvera may be gone, but the echoes of Madame Edith's voice, off-key, defiant, and full of love, still live on in the hearts of fans who adored her. Gorden Irving Kaye, known professionally as Gorden Kaye, was a beloved English actor whose name became inseparable from the iconic role of René Francois Artois, the womanizing yet endearing cafe owner in the wartime comedy Allo Allo, a series that left an indelible mark on British television and global comedy. Born on April 7, 1941, in Huddersfield, West Yorkshire to Harold and Gracie Kaye, Gordon's life journey began in modest surroundings. His father was a lorry driver and factory worker, and young Gordon initially worked in textile mills and factories himself. From early on, he showed a love for communication and performance, getting his start in hospital radio where he interviewed stars like Ken Dodd and the Beatles, and eventually discovering his passion for acting through local theater. His path took a pivotal turn when playwright Alan Ayckbourn spotted his talent and encouraged him to pursue professional acting, leading to a contract with the Bolton Octagon Theatre. His early television roles, including a stint as Bernard Butler in Coronation Street, paved the way for appearances in It Ain't Half Hot Mum, Are You Being Served, Porridge, and more. But it was in 1982, when David Croft offered him the lead role in a new series, Allo Allo, that Gordon's legacy was truly sealed. Portraying René across all 84 episodes and over 1,200 stage performances, he captivated audiences with his brilliant comedic timing, nuanced vulnerability, and unmatched charm. Behind the scenes, Kaye was a complex and private man, shy, gay, often battling loneliness, and deeply committed to his craft. His autobiography, René and Me, reveals a life shaped by personal struggles, but lifted by passion and resilience. In 1990, he survived a harrowing accident during the Burnsday storm when an advertising board crashed through his car window, leaving him with a permanent scar and no memory of the event. Despite the trauma and emergency brain surgery, he made a remarkable return to his career, continuing to bring laughter and light to audiences. His later years were spent quietly as he battled dementia in a care home in Knaresborough, where he passed away on January 23, 2017, at age 75. His funeral at Huddersfield Parish Church was a heartfelt farewell attended by fellow cast members and friends, with moving tributes and the local anthem on Ilkla Moorbot sung in his honor. Remembered by co-stars like Vicky Michelle, Sue Hodge, and Kim Hartman as not just a brilliant actor, but a cherished friend, Gordon's legacy is one of laughter, courage, and a uniquely human warmth. As René, he was the beating heart of Allo Allo, a character etched into the cultural fabric of British comedy. And as Gordon, he remains an irreplaceable figure whose presence will be forever missed and eternally celebrated. John Louis Mansi, born John Patrick Adams on November 8, 1926, in London to an Irish mother and an Italian restaurateur father, was a gifted character actor whose legacy endures most vividly in the hearts of fans through his role as the hilariously bumbling Gestapo officer Engelbert von Smallhausen in the beloved wartime sitcom Allo Allo. Known for his slight frame, wide expressive eyes, and unmistakable comic timing, Mansi's portrayal of the hapless assistant to the coldly menacing hair flick brought slapstick brilliance and constant laughter to the show from Series 2 through its final season. Dressed identically to his superior in a trench coat, hat, and dark glasses, von Smallhausen was the perfect comic contrast. Loyal but hopeless, eager yet utterly incompetent, and often on the receiving end of a rubber baton when his ideas fell flat. His radio surveillance mishaps, accidental laughter at BBC comedy shows, and bumbling espionage missions were all made unforgettable by Mansi's commitment to physical comedy and character eccentricity. Behind the screen, Mansi's life was shaped by resilience. Raised in orphanages until the age of 16, he went on to serve in both the Merchant Navy and the RAF during WWII before studying acting at the Central School of Speech and Drama. His screen debut came in 1952's The Secret People, and over the decades he appeared in everything from Help with the Beatles to The Italian Job, and shows like Department S, Hammer House of Horror, and Spike Milligan's Unrelated Incidents. Often typecast due to his Mediterranean looks, he embraced his uniqueness and brought authenticity to every role, even learning to enjoy being mistaken for Louis Dombrowski, which led to the professional name Louis Mansi. Despite decades of work, it was Allo Allo that brought him widespread recognition, and though his on-screen appearances ceased after the series ended in 1992, his comedic legacy continued to thrive in reruns and memories. Mansi retired from acting in 1998, and in his later years quietly lived in the village of Berwick, East Sussex, where he spent time reading, supporting animal welfare, and rewatching old shows that had brought him joy. Sadly, he battled Parkinson's disease for 6 years and was diagnosed with terminal lung cancer in May 2010. He passed away peacefully on August 6, 2010, at the age of 83. His funeral was held on August 18th in Bexhill-on-Sea, though early reports mistakenly confused the funeral site with his place of death. As part of the iconic Allo Allo ensemble, John Louis Mansi's comic genius ensured that von Smallhausen remains one of British television's most enduringly funny characters. A testament to an actor who, despite early hardships and often working in the shadows, left behind a legacy that still brings laughter to audiences around the world. Rose Lillian Hill, the talented actress and operatic soprano best remembered for her unforgettable role as Madame Fanny La Fan in Allo Allo. Born in London on June 5, 1914, Rose Hill's artistic journey began with a scholarship to the Guildhall School of Music and Drama, leading to a celebrated operatic career that saw her sing at Sadler's Wells and Glyndebourne, performing roles like Despina in Cos Fanta and Barbarina in The Marriage of Figaro. In 1948, she sang in the world premiere of Britain's The Beggar's Opera, a testament to her versatility and prestige. Yet it was her transition into acting, particularly her television career, that brought her widespread fame. Though she appeared in films such as A Shot in the Dark 1964 and series like Dad's Army and The Bill, her most iconic and enduring role came in 1982 when she was cast as the bedbound yet sharp-witted Madame Fanny, the irritable, eccentric mother of Edith and mother-in-law of cafe owner René, played by Gorden Kaye. From her hilarious outbursts like the flashing knobs when the Resistance radio sparked into life on her bed, to her scenes with her long-lost love Roger LeClerc, and eventual wedding from her bed pulled by disguised airmen, Rose infused Fanny with brilliant comic timing, dry wit, and surprising warmth. She portrayed Fanny throughout the entire 10-year run of the series, becoming a beloved fixture of the show, often serving as the physical center of Resistance antics with radios hidden in chamber pots and airmen disguised in her bed. Off-screen, Rose was a theater veteran with the Royal Shakespeare Company, starring in productions like The Life and Adventures of Nicholas Nickleby, and appeared in plays by Beckett, Chekhov, and others. She also starred in sitcoms like Thingamabob alongside Stanley Holloway and Born and Bred with Max Wall and Joan Sims, showing her range from comedy to drama. Despite her famous Fanny, Rose remained a quiet and refined figure, and after her retirement, she spent her final years at Denville Hall, a retirement home for actors, where she was later joined by her Allo Allo co-star Carmen Silvera. Rose Hill passed away peacefully there on December 22, 2003, at the age of 89, in Hillingdon, Middlesex. Though she may have started her role on Allo Allo at nearly 70, her impact was profound and lasting. Rose brought to life one of the most memorable matriarchs in British comedy, blending her operatic roots with her knack for eccentric humor, and forever claiming a place in the hearts of fans who still laugh at her brilliant performances today.